Welcome to CT24 on location this morning in Seymour. It was shortly after our show went off the air last week that a crisis situation began to develop in this part of the state. Rain had been falling throughout the morning. That rain turned heavy, and the rain didn't stop. In some places, a foot of rain, possibly even more, falling in a 24-hour period. That led to a flooding crisis. The two hardest hit towns, Seymour and Oxford. We are joined this morning by the chief executives of both those communities. First Selectman George Temple from Oxford, thank you for being with us. Annmarie Drugonis from Seymour, thank you for being here as well. Annmarie, I'd like to start with you. We're in your town this morning right here by the line. Just tell me, if someone says to you, explain what happened last Sunday, what do you even tell them? How do you wrap your mind around this?
It's very hard to wrap our mind around it, because who would have thought that it would have happened that fast? A simple rainstorm that was supposed to end by 3 o'clock just kept going and going and going to nonstop.
George, when did you start to get the feeling that the simple rainstorm was more than a simple rainstorm?
Well, I was up at the police station, and I looked over at the brook, and I noticed that it was rising. And I went to my car and to make a phone call, and when I got out of my car, I was up to my ankles in water. So that's how, and very quick.
And just as quick as the water rose, did the emergency calls start to come in to your community and yours as well at the same time, George?
Yeah, of course. The Route 67 looked like the Colorado River. That's how bad it was. We have huge pieces of macadam that have been picked up and redeposited elsewhere, and several cars are still off the road. It was an awful experience.
We say sometimes in our business that we're the first draft of history. Here we are a week from this devastating event. What do you think, Annmarie, your town looks like right now? How would you describe what you've seen as you've driven these roads?
As we've driven the roads, our town, it doesn't look the same. You know, anything that wasn't affected by Route 67 pretty much looks the same, but Route 67 doesn't look the same. River Street doesn't look the same. River Street is actually closed. We can't even go down it. The dynamics of the town have changed. The contour of the town has changed.
When you talk to these business owners here at Claridus Village, where we're standing, they're here working, cleaning out, in many cases, what was their livelihood, what was everything they had worked for. What do you say to those folks?
I'm sorry, you can't. All you can do is watch the tears well up in their eyes and hug them, because in Seymour, just as in Oxford, it's one small community. We're all family together, and when they're hurting, we're all hurting. Some of them, this is their life savings. This is what they use to pay their mortgage. This is what they use to put the food on the table and to put their kids through college. Woodland Wine and Spirits, their son left on Thursday to go to college. The nail salon, her son came in from Stanford to help clean up. When everybody arrived here Monday morning, it was just devastating to see what happened here. And their hard work, their lifetime of work, it's gone. It's gone.
We have, George, more business owners coming up later in the program, but I want to talk about the homeowners a little bit, because obviously if you're a business, you're scrambling to get that business reopened and to protect your livelihood. But when it's your home, it almost is a different type of crisis. What have you heard from homeowners who had damaged homes and properties and driveways throughout Oxford?
Well, I think most people are keeping a stiff upper lip. I think it's a little bit more impactful in Oxford. We lost 2 of our citizens, 2 women drowned on this event, and we almost lost 2 firemen. So that puts it in perspective for us. But yesterday our high school football team cleaned out a basement for a lady, and she was able to have electricity restored. So we're rolling up our sleeves. We're going to get going, and it'll be done sooner rather than later.
One of the things that we've heard so often from homeowners is, I didn't have flood insurance because I didn't think I needed it. The little river, 2 feet deep, a couple feet across, people saying, how could that have done this? What does the town need now to help those homeowners?
Well, I'm meeting on Monday with Commissioner Boughton from Hartford, the governor's office, and we're going to discuss just that. We'll also be meeting with emergency services in the state on Monday, and to see whether we can get temporary bridges. We lost 5 bridges.
And that's obviously a big infrastructure problem. That's
Yes.
not a quick fix.
No, it's not a quick fix unless they have some ideas, and that's what I'm there for. There's a possibility we can get temporary bridges.
Annmarie, talk to me about your town. What do you need help-wise, dollar-wise, programs, your residents, your businesses? What do you need to see?
We had this whole week, we had volunteers come out, or the community came out to help all the businesses here. We still have homeowners that are going to need help getting their houses cleaned out. And the state and the federal delegations have been wonderful. So we just need the backing of them and our small businesses and our homeowners to come out and help them.
George talked about the football team. I know there's this whole parking lot is full of people here helping, cleaning, throwing things away. When you have a tragedy like this, a crisis like this, do you also feel proud of your community for how they respond?
Yes, yes. As sad as I am about what has happened, I am so proud of our business owners coming together, business owners not in the plaza coming down to see what can we do, but all of our members. I have high school students asking me. I have kids going off to college that are leaving. What can I do before I go away? I have people just who have been affected by this tragedy saying, let us help, so that they can all come together. And that's what Seymour is about, as well as Oxford. We're a small community with a big heart.
We came here because your communities were 2 of the hardest hit. But what struck me as I drove here today is you can go 2 or 3 blocks that way or 2 or 3 blocks that way, and it's totally different. And so is there also people coming from other parts of your town, George, saying, you know, hey, my neighborhood wasn't hurt, let me help someone else who was?
Yeah.
Oh, we have plenty of that. I mean, and it's probably 2 or 3 miles up our way. We have plenty of people that have helped out and have pledged to help out. And in fact, from other towns. I got a lot of calls from fellow mayors and selectmen. You know, anything we could do, we'll send you whatever help you need, and you know, we may put that together. We may need that.
There's plenty of help that's needed.
Yeah.
George Temple, Annmarie Drugonis, thank you both for being with us, and best of luck to your towns as you work to recover.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, when we come back after this quick break, we're going to talk to some of the business owners who are right now trying to get back on their feet as they also deal with this devastation. Stay with us. CT24 will continue right after this.